Recording.
Hello, I'm Alexander Quinn, Starseed Navigating the Light, and I've got the lovely Althea on today, and she's going to be on once a month because what she does is she channels light language from Lemurian and Arcturian and all kind of other stuff. Is that right?
Yes, I do. Pleiadian.
And through that, basically, you're very in touch with what's going on spiritually in the astral, but also you feel very connected with what's happening with the collective. So the nature of the game today is, and once a month. And if you guys like it, leave comments below. If you want to see us together more often, let us know, because then what we'll do is we'll talk about a few things, and then at the end of every session, Althea will do a light language transmission to do healing on you guys. So how are you doing today?
I'm really good, thank you. How are you? How's everything going? There's been a lot coming through in the past month, and we started the new year now.
Yeah. Everything's good. The energies pretty much since mid-December have been just electric. Everyone is just feeling it, and it's just like kind of like all boots on the ground. It's not practice time anymore. Like, it's happening for real kind of thing. So yeah, I'm very, very good. Now, there's a couple of quite key subjects that you wanted to talk a little bit about before you do a light language transmission. Do you want to start with a little bit about, because there's a lot of time hopping going on, time glitches, time hopping. Could you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I don't know, if you guys are also quite aware of synchronicities and time and how time works. I'm just going to give a little preface by saying that time in the quantum realm is fluid. It's not linear. Time is only linear in the third dimensional reality, because here we are limited by the confinements of time and space. When we go in the fourth dimension, so whenever we dream, whenever we in the astral, that's generally the fourth dimension, we're not limited anymore by time. So you can actually manifest things instantly when you dream. If you think about it, you think about flying, you fly. You think about being in a place, you're there, but you're still limited by the confinements of space. And when we are in a fifth dimensional density, then there is no more limitations of time and space. So that's just a little preface. What's been happening with the energies rising in the collective and the frequency rising is that there's been timeline glitches. So you've been literally hopping in between different timelines of your reality. So let's say, like, you're Alex now having this interview with me and we're speaking, but at the same time, Alex in a parallel reality is having an interview with someone else, or is having the interview 1 hour later. That's just an example. So that's all the different timelines. With me, I've been noticing things like I'll look at my phone and it'll be like, this was the other day. It was like I was in the car with my dad and he was driving and we were having a conversation, and I looked at my phone to look at what time we left the house. And then we speak for like maybe 5 minutes. And then I'll look back at my phone again and it's been like 45 minutes. And we just like down the road from the house. So it's like I hopped in between one and other timeline where there was like a half an hour difference, and that, or the other way around can happen. This is an experience I had last year in October when I was flying. And it was very interesting because I was writing down some code, and it was a short flight, like 1.5 hours. And
you're right. Just for the viewers, you're writing down light language code.
Yes, I was.
Not computer
No,
programming.
I wasn't programming code. No,
yeah,
I was writing down light language. That if you check, Alex will leave all my links. You can go see it comes through as symbols. And I was writing down some code. And when you like airplane or in the car, whenever you're traveling and moving, especially when you like driving in the car, your brain goes into like a sort of relaxed state, which is very similar to theta waves, which is when you sleep. So you're actually more open to receiving. So that's when you don't really have that much judgment. And that's when the timeline hoppings and these glitches in the matrix can happen. So I was just writing down some code and I looked at my time and it was like 2 minutes past, 4 or 5 o'clock, whatever. I end up writing maybe like 10, 12 pages. This is like A5 pages. So it was a little booklet, but still like it's writing. So, it takes a while. Then I look back and then 1 minute has passed. And I was like, like, where did the time just go? So this is just something that has been really, really happening to me, to a lot of people that I've been working with and speaking to. So if it has happened to you, pay attention to it, because it's normal. Also, like, things appearing in a place or disappearing, and like sometimes, yes, it can be us misplacing them, but generally, if you're sure that something was there, it was there. Don't brush it off. Pay attention. That's when the awareness of being in the moment comes in, because then you're careful and you're attentive to that. And then, yeah, something else also about timeline. I've been doing a lot of timeline clearing. A lot of people have been releasing karma. They've been doing work on themselves and whatnot. So I've just been helping with clearing for the collective, different timelines that have been coming through, and just really clearing that density. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and then I'll just start doing a little bit of work, and clear, yeah, some of the timelines and some of the density from the collective that just is around. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, as we go into higher vibration, timelines speed up, manifestation speeds up, and what we're able to manifest timeline wise is the basically the opportunities and the possibilities are getting faster and faster and faster and faster. So, and you know, we're getting more used to realizing how that all works. A lot, you were saying a lot more people are channeling at the moment. Is that right? You were saying that, or?
Yeah, I think there's also like quite a phenomenon that's I've been noticing that's been coming through. Again, guys, this is my opinion. Take it or leave it. There's no judgment. It comes really from a place, a little bit of experience and of having perhaps been there myself. I've been seeing there's quite like a big false light phenomenon where so people have always channeled, like there's always been channelers, there's always been people speaking to the other side and whatnot. There's always been mediumship, there's always been people communicating with the ancestors. And that's really, really beautiful. And some people have been doing it for decades, for centuries, and it's wonderful, especially when it's deeply rooted and grounded in Gaia. However, because the frequency is rising and we are, ascending as a collective, we live in the world of polarity. So as the light rises, so does the dark, because there needs to be counterposition. There needs to be, it's a little bit of a paradox, but that's just how it works. So I think like us, there's a few people out there who perhaps, they're channeling, they're doing the work, they're doing different things, but they might not be aware of what they are channeling. So for me, it's really, really important whenever you are relaying messages to the collective, or, obviously everyone is doing it, from the purity of their hearts. However, if you have not really done the shadow work and put in the work in yourselves to make your channel pure and clean, then you might not really be channeling things that are of the highest frequencies. And it's really important to keep your channel clean and pure. And no one's perfect. We all doing work, we all living, we all constantly learning lessons and moving forward. However, there are certain things that, I think, especially people who are working for the collective, who are putting information and stuff out there, should be doing, like decoding, clearing your channel, gridding your space, working, I don't know, well, I work in a pyramid, but working, somewhere where you are protected, where you know what's coming through, because or else anything can really have access to you. Especially when you open channel, you become a beacon of light. Literally, your light goes up to wherever you are connecting or getting information from, whatnot. Things can just attach to it. And then, because there's entities who also want the light, they all have, they also want to get to the light, and they all also have their own karmic roles to fulfill. So we need to respect that. What I was saying to Alex earlier is that I did this work on this client recently, and she had a bit of an attachment to her, which I did work on her. I removed, and I saw it go into the light. And then after a while, I started thinking about it, and my guides came through and they said, if she contacts you again, don't do any work on her. And I was like, why? And they said, because this attachment has gone back to her. They said, it's not your fault. They said she was in a perpetual state of victimizing herself. So she didn't declare her own sovereignty. So whenever you also go look for help outside of yourself, so you can get advice, they can do work on you, they can help you release stuff, but in the end, you need to also do the work yourself. Whoever you look out for help that says they can heal you, Not really. You can only hear yourself. They just initiate the healing within you and hold space for you to do your own healing. But this is a clear example of false light. I saw this thing go in the light. I was like, it's gone, whatever. But then it actually wasn't. It was, you know, this false light phenomenon.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people recently talking about false light, and this really upset some light workers out there. Really upset the false light thing. So some of them are very sensitive, to the point where I've actually seen one or two just give up on the whole thing altogether and just go off
Really?
and no, like kind of just do other stuff.
I think some people like, well, most people I think are not aware of it. And it's not because they're in like a bad place, or it's just because they haven't been told. People won't know they need to cut cords unless someone tells them you need to do decording, you need to do a cord cutting. Like, even us speaking now and doing like a video, you're online, it's a platform, that's even another dimension in itself. People will cord to you, whether it's good or bad or whatnot. And if light workers and people sharing the information, doing the work are not aware of it, or are not shielding, protecting, putting bubbles of light or whatnot around them, then they will get corded. And they, you know, it's just,
Yeah.
it's really just a matter of, yeah, just having a little bit of background knowledge and starting to listen, and some people do it naturally, but some people are not aware of it. So that's why it's important that yeah, there's people like us telling people, you know.
And that is why, and also that's why polygamy is you know, kind of dangerous, because you're attaching a lot of cords to a lot of people, because a little bit of their field stays with you every time that you basically, you know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
do it
that's a big
basically.
debate in the spiritual world, because there's a lot of people who, you know, claim polygamy, free love. Like, I think there's freedom of choice. Anyone should do whatever they want to do. If they want to be with like 100 different partners, you know, then they must do that. It's their choice. It's their lesson. It's their life path, whatever, you know, they want to be. For people who are doing the work, for people who are channeling, healing, you know, putting work out there, working on other people, then I strongly advise not to. Like, I would not go to get work done on my energy field from someone who I know is polyamorous, because I don't know where their partner's been. So he's courting to them, they're courting to other people. And by them courting to these people, they're taking in their trauma, you know, their anger, their whatever it is that they're taking in. So it's really, really important, if you want to do the work properly, to again do the work on yourself and be with someone who is doing the work, or at least someone who is in a high alignment. It doesn't have to be a channeler like you, but you know, you also don't want to be with someone who gets drunk every night and takes drugs, because then he's going to have attachments, and then they're going to come to you, and then you're going to give them to your clients, you know. So yeah, there's so many ways to make connections, and sexuality is so important. It's sacred, it's a tool, it's an art in itself as well, but it needs to be practiced mindfully.
Yeah. Um, is there anything else you'd like to add before we finish on bringing in some energy for light code for everyone?
Yeah, I just want to quickly talk about my 13 chakra system attunement, which I downloaded around mid-December, I think it was. Yeah, so as most of you might be aware or not, or maybe I'm telling you for the first time, there's a lot of chakras in the body. That's not just the 7 chakra systems. There's a lot. And I had some work done on from the galactic around mid-December, I think it was, where they activated, attuned me. They did a lot of work on me, and about a week later, I got this very intense download, which is a service that I'm now offering to a lot of my clients and to people who already, like, for example, if you Reiki attuned, then you're perfect to have this done on you, because you've already had your Reiki attunement. So your field is already in aligned, open, grounded, and balanced. And what I do is I actually attune another 6 of your chakras. So I do the Earth Star, which is anchoring into Mother Gaia, which is very beautiful, because generally she will come through with a message for you. Then I will do the higher heart, which is just an extension of the heart. It's a little bit smaller, higher up in the back. Then I'll do the hands, the ears, the tongue, and the soul star, which is your connection even higher up to the divine. And the soul star also really, really helps regulate the influx and flow of energy in all the other chakras in the system. I do this in 2 different sessions, because it's too much to attune 6 chakras in one session. So
Yeah, I can
Everything is
imagine.
on my website. Alex will put the links there and stuff. But if you feel like you already have quite a good alignment with your chakras and in your system and whatnot, then this is probably the thing for you. If you want to do it, but you don't know if you're quite there yet, I can also take you there with my work. I can do work on you before, just do a clearing session, decoding and whatnot, and then make sure that whenever I do the other attunement will stick. So, do a little bit more work on you, and then you can have this higher attunement, which is really, really beautiful because it just really helps you be more in tune and more aligned. And especially if you are working on other people, then you want to upgrade as much as possible.
Yeah, and I will put all your links down below so people can get to you and have sessions with you, to help do all these alignments and clearings and cord cutting and anything else, and maybe just like I mean it's all in there. It's all in there.
Yes, yeah. Okay, I'm going to tap in and see what comes through for you guys.
Okay.
Rayatis katero kataresia unjakatarikat kutkeria nateresiat konetemit kasiriket kotkeria utkanemet karosiet kan urkateli utkatelat kudmesi utkinya mitkotisi irkotelesit koneretisit konerimat koratika ruketika shatkera uskatenet korasi unkareye mitkeremit kasienot keretis kat kuneresia. Remember to breathe. Skiat keresiet karesiat koresiat korenam skiot teresiet kore it karosiat kera. Have patience. Inaskiet kere iskatere titkonameriat kushiat kere tisiat with your family. With your family, with the members of your family, have patience with them. Utka seriat kotkeresiat konetiasiat konetetiasiat clearing. Utkaresia clearing. Utkaresiet keret kiat kamaresia. Itkaresia mitkarasiat kenamit kotaresiet konar itkat kuresiet kun itkeresiet kun itkeremit karakterasiat karus katkaret. Mitkatasiat kutketenetisit kitut ish kutrasiat kutratsiat chashat Yeah, so really just understand we all at different points. We all have different triggers. Once we recognize our triggers, we can actually release them. And only by breathing, you can be in the moment to be able to release your triggers, to see them, to understand them, and to then eventually release them. Once you heal yourselves, you heal the family, the line, everyone around you. Raise your frequency. Remember, we are all one. Shatkare. Shatkere. Yeah, family. Work on the family. Stay in the heart. From the heart, you can release the solar plexus, the anger, the anxiety, the trauma, everything you feel in your gut, and the solar plexus can be released through the heart. So once you understand, once you understand and you go in the heart, then you can release all the negative emotions that are bringing you down and affecting you. You breathe to be in the heart. You're in the moment to be in the heart. So really, really, really feel it. Feel the gratitude, feel the compassion, feel the empathy. The frequency of gratitude, compassion, and empathy can neutralize everything else of a lower vibrational frequency. If you look back at the situation with gratitude, you are going to be able to heal it, release it, and clear the trauma of it. So really, really do stay in gratitude. Oof. Okay, I think I'm back.
Hello, welcome back.
God, I went somewhere there.
Do you know who that was coming through that time, or does it? Will it come to you later?
So there was two things that came through. The first was more. It was a little bit of a clearing, but it was more of an when that comes through as a technology upgrade. So that was a bit of an upgrade. And then this second one, this actually felt like maybe a Pleiadian being on a ship. This felt like someone on a ship that came through to say, this wasn't my higher self. This was someone that came through. So yeah, usually when it's messages of love, compassion, and heart, it is Pleiadian beings. I myself have a lot of Pleiadian DNA, so they do come through a lot. However, the technology itself was not Pleiadian technology. So yeah. I think.
What about the times when there's more guttural? What are those ones?
Depends also. Sometimes it's technology, sometimes it's Arcturians as well that come through. It really depends. Sometimes it's my higher self. My higher self speaks through me in different dialects as well. But that's generally me opening my field as well. And the technology also upgrading, releasing, having something in, passing it through. So it's, And also you need to understand when I'm channeling, like I'm here, but I'm also like, I'm conscious of what I'm doing and I'm here, but I'm also surrendering. So whatever I still say to you is still filtered through my own perception. Does it make sense? When I'm channeling, but when I'm explaining it to you, it is still filtered through my own perception. So I'm not, infinite. Well, I'm an infinite being of light, but I don't know everything. So I can just go by as experience, feeling, emotion, and what is. Sometimes they will say who they are coming through, and sometimes not. And yeah.
Althea, I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on. We're going to have you again. I think we were saying that you were going to be back in a month, but I think people are going to watch this and maybe want you back sooner.
Okay.
It's quite important to have these transmissions from the other side because it connects us with where we're going, what we need to do and what we need to hear. And sometimes we need that little boost. Everybody go down and check out the links down below. All Althea's links are down there. They give her lots of likes and love and subscribing on her channel and all that kind of good stuff. If you want a session, you know where to find her now. Althea, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having me, Alex. And then, if you guys want to see more sooner, then just let us know, comment. I will post this on my profile as well. But thank you everyone for watching. And we'll see you soon.
And namaste to everyone.